Plaintiff Randall Moore has been neighbors with the defendant's family for over 50 years, and they always look out for each other. Randall's suing because the defendant crashed into a utility pole, which caused another pole to fall onto Randall's car and destroy it. Defendant Arthur Young says he's a 21-year-old, easygoing guy, and he has always had the utmost respect for Randall and his family. Arthur insists this situation could have been handled in a civil manner, but Randall's niece, who's with Randall in court, turned it into a nightmare.
Tell me what's going on.
Our family's been neighbors in the same neighborhood for over 50 years, and we have a long-term relationship that's excellent.
50 or 15?
50, 50.
Okay.
In which my mother and his grandmother went to school together.
Okay.
So that made the community more tight-knit. We all watch out for each other. So as the progress went along, through my years, I ended up, adopting 8 sons.
8?
8.
Wow.
As a single parent. The reason being that is because I didn't want any of the boys growing up in the juvenile justice system without a last name to have self-identification. Plus, I wanted them to get it together to give back to the community. Now, I'm not saying that I had a perfect past, because I didn't. In fact, I went to prison. While I was there, believe it or not, I sat there and twirled things around in my head and wrote a book, in which I got a copy here for you.
Let's see it, please. What is it called?
It's called I Might As Well Tell It.
What does it entail?
Even though you fall down, pick yourself up and keep moving.
Do you say that in here?
Yes.
Do you give any inspirational advice?
Yes.
Like what? Don't have me promote. Don't come on my show promoting
Get
something.
your education. Here it is.
All you're doing is glorifying your past.
Defendant Arthur Young is being sued by his neighbor, who claims Arthur hit a pole, which caused another pole to fall onto the plaintiff's car and destroy it.
You know, I did a biography and gave a lot of insight into my past, but the crux of it was instructional on how single mothers could raise boys by themselves and the pitfalls to look out for, and how I overcame, and thereby inspiring people, not just glorifying. Okay, you inspire.
Yes.
All right. Inner City Miracle, by the way, folks, is the name of that book. Inner City Miracle. And the name of his book is I Might As Well Tell It.
I might as well, because it's not going to be told no other way.
So you wrote that to be inspirational, to tell the young people the pitfalls to avoid.
Exactly. Simply because it's not cracked up to be what they think. When they don't listen to their parents and go into the judicial system, it is not easy. And when you come out, it is even harder to try to get justification with a job, because you got that mark and it's not going to help you. Which brings us back to this story. Being that I am an advocate and a strong community analyst working with young people, I like this young man here, and it behooves me to stand here before you today to sue him because of this incident which he brought upon both families. Okay,
we're going to get into the lawsuit about the car, but let me ask you about the 8 boys. How old are they?
The youngest one is now, he'll be 25 on the 14th of September. The oldest one would be 46, December the 14th.
And they're doing all right?
They're fine.
Good,
They're fine.
Excellent. Yeah, you deserve a hat's off. Where you live?
In Detroit, by the way.
Oh, okay.
East side of Detroit.
My hometown, Detroit.
Yes, sir.
What part of town?
East side. And
tough part of town, I think.
Tell me. But I would like to illustrate something to you. We have a history, you and I, believe it or not. I met you.
You in jail with me?
No,
What's our common history? So far, that's all I know about you.
Years ago, while I was at Spring Arbor University, because that's where I graduated from to get my degree in family life education, I did my internship at the Northwest Activity Center with Ken Patterson.
Oh, that's my man.
Yes,
God
you
bless
were
his
there during the time before you became a judge and was practicing law. You were getting it all together, and I watched you from here to here to here to here to where you are now. That proved to be another inspiration to me to get that book right.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad I could be of a little inspiration from the outside. All right, and sir, you tell me about your background.
Well, I'm 21 years old. I currently attend school at ITT Technical Institute for drafting and design.
Good.
I am a trustee at my church. I
Good
also
church.
Wesley Chapel Missionary Baptist Church.
Okay.
I also play drums at my church.
You don't go off.
I go every Sunday. Every single Sunday.
Well, every Christian that I know to come in here, they're so proud. I go to so-and-so and so-and-so, where Pastor so-and-so and so-and-so is the pastor, and so-and-so, they talk about their pastor. You better mention his name, but you're not going to be able to come back. I'm telling you now, you know about these pastors. They think a lot of themselves, and they want everybody else to know about them. Go ahead.
Well, my pastor, his name is Pastor Dotson, Glover L. Dotson Jr.
Miss titles, they usually have about 3-4 titles.
No. I mean, this pastor right here, you know, he's strictly about the
Bishop
word.
so-and-so of the 7th District, PhD of Education, and so-and-so.
No.
Reverend Doctor so-and-so, prelate of the 13th District of so-and-so, and pastor. So it's not all of that?
No, he's educated. He's well educated. He has a job, you know, a day job.
Does he have his PhD?
Do he have his PhD?
Does he call himself doctor, though?
No, he don't call himself doctor.
All right, because a lot of pastors do. But that's fine. You know, I'd rather call him Dr. So-and-so than to call him, what's up, dog? You say, what's up, doc? I'd rather say, what's up, doc? So go right ahead. I'm glad to hear you in church and you're participating. That's a great thing. That's probably why at age 21, you at ITT instead of out there getting in trouble. We're proud of you.
Yes, sir.
Defendant Arthur Young is being sued by his neighbor, who claims Arthur hit a pole, which caused another pole to fall onto the plaintiff's car and destroy it.
So what else you want me to know about you?
Like, I'm a nice runner. I'm a nice guy. I'm just a guy that, you know, try to bring the best out of, you know, how my mom raised me. And she raised me to be good, you know, to be respectful to elders, you know, to, you know, not to get in trouble. You know, if I'm not either at school or at work or at, you know, my friends or my girlfriend's house, I'm at home. You know, I'm not at clubs, you know, partying, doing all this stuff.
Do you go to Wednesday night prayer service?
Wednesday night Bible study.
All right, so Bible study? So you stay out of trouble that night for sure.
I do.
All right, good enough. Glad to hear that. What are you suing him about? The value of a car, how so?
Okay, Your Honor, on the night of March the 29th, I was in bed about 4:30 a.m., heard a loud crash, jumped out of bed, pulled the curtain back, and looked down to my right to the neighbor's house in which they reside. I saw their Cadillac parked on the left side of the street with a utility pole lying right across the hood of it. And I said, oh my God, somebody hit the car, because we're always having people flying up and down that street all types of day and night. So I followed the wires to the light pole in front of the other house, which of course came across the street to my pole and pulled that pole down on top of my vehicle and totaled it, where it looked like a smashed hot dog bun waiting for a hot dog. It was just that bad. So I jumped up, got the cell phone, called 911, told the police what happened, ran downstairs. I'm not even sure if I was in clothes or not, but I ran downstairs. I think I was in some Chinese pajamas. Might have been suit pajamas or something. Either or, I got downstairs waiting for the cops.
You might have been in some Chinese underwear. What did you say? Did you say
Chinese?
What?
Chinese pajamas.
Chinese pajamas.
Right, or
okay.
something.
So why'd it have to be Chinese? I don't understand.
Because that's what I like.
Go ahead.
So
You're doing all right most of the case. But you just throwing me off now. Go ahead, sir.
So anyway, I get downstairs. The police arrived. The fire department arrived, and DTE Energy was there. I had to call DTE Energy to file a claim. They said, you have to go after him since he hit the pole. And then if it's us, we'll have to go after him to fix the pole. That's where we are, and it's a mess, and nothing's been resolved.
Okay. All right, sir. What do you want to tell me about this?
Well, I would like to first start off by saying, you know, I've always had the utmost respect for Randall and his family. It's just, you know, the whole situation could have went easy, you know, but his knees just turned the whole situation into a nightmare.
What does she have to do with it?
She came out, you know, screaming, cussing.
After?
Yeah, after the pole had fell on the
curb. Come out smiling?
She, it's not that I didn't expect her to come out smiling and nothing like that. I mean, but she just came out, you know, it's like she was ready to attack. That's what I'm saying. And, you know, I didn't know all this till I came back outside, because I went inside to get my camera phone, you know, to take pictures of everything that happened. I come outside, because I hear it. Come outside, and my mom's trying to like, hey, yo, just, you know, it's okay. It was an accident, you know, and she's just going on. So I tell my mom to back away, you know, and then it just snowballed from there. It just snowballed.
Okay. So do you think you're responsible? If not, why?
I don't think I'm responsible because, basically, it was an accident, and you know, and also the pole. I think it was, you know, it wasn't my fault. I don't know if
pole
it was
got in your way.
Yeah, no. But I mean, like, how fast could you be pulling out the pulling out backwards? How fast could you be pulling out the driveway to hit a pole for the pole to come down?
Did you hit the pole? Let's start there.
Yeah, I grazed the pole. I rubbed against it. I didn't really hit it.
So grazing the pole caused it to fall.
It was just the old pole, you know, it was rotted out. You know, his pole was rotted out too. I got pictures and everything of the pole.
Defendant Arthur Young is being sued by his neighbor, who claims Arthur hit a pole, which caused another pole to fall onto the plaintiff's car and destroy it.
So your defense is what? That it was rotted?
Yeah, it was rotted. The pole was leaning before him.
Before we get to that part,
yes, sir.
If you make a mistake that you should have avoided, because you have a duty of avoiding hitting a pole or a tree. So when you have a duty of care and you violate that duty of care or deviate from it, that's called negligence. And you're always responsible for negligence. Now, your defense in terms of it coming down easily is that it was rotted.
Yeah, it was rotted, and plus the street light, you know, on that night, it was out.
So what is... Oh, okay. So you're saying because you couldn't see?
Dark, and I couldn't see the pole.
You didn't have your lights on?
Yeah, my lights was on, but I still couldn't see the pole. You know, the pole was like on the side. You know, this is a big old Suburban truck.
Show me the part where you say it's rotted. I don't see it. Because you may have a decent partial liability case, and the city is responsible because they didn't maintain it properly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so you're saying, all right, this is the base of the pole, which the wood does look rotted.
Yeah, it was very rotted.
And sir, what do you say to that? Because it appears to me he would only be half responsible.
Right. Well, nobody knew if it was rotted or not because the pole has been sitting up there, and the only way it was discovered when he backed into it. No, I haven't seen those pictures.
Right. And here's another one.
And then when I spoke to the city, they said it wasn't their pole.
Of course they're going to tell you that.
And then when I called...
as cash-strapped as we are in Detroit,
right.
You think they're going to say, oh yeah, it's our fault.
Right. So by the same token, when I called AT&T, they told me that I still have to get to him in order for him to pay me, and they'll take care of him.
I'm going to conclude he's partially responsible, and then you have to sue in small claims court. Go to small claims court and sue everybody, since they're playing these games. That's how most lawsuits go anyhow. I'm going to grant you half the judgment,
Thank you,
$1,250, and you go to the small claims in Detroit, 36th District, where I used to serve as a judge. Go there and tell them you're my friend, and they'll give you a good... No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I will.
Judgment for the plaintiff.
The family is going to always stay intact. We're still friends. Nothing deviates from that. I love him like my son. I'm crazy about his mother, and he is absolutely right. She and her husband raised him to be the best kid in that neighborhood. I swear it.
I'm glad that, you know, this is over with. You know, now we can go back to the way we used to be, speaking and getting along we should have been in the first place.
I got you.
And I do apologize for hollering.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
You know, we still family.